And welcome back once again to Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff. I am, of course, your host, Joe the Shirt, and this is my show, Off the Cuff. Welcome back once again. Good to have you back. Hope you guys had a happy and safe St. Patrick's Day. I know I did, because I know that I didn't go anywhere for St. Patrick's Day. The missus and I, we decided to stay in this St. Patrick's Day, which is probably a good thing because last year it got pretty bad with the boozing. The hangover was pretty epic, though not quite as epic as the one from 2 years ago, which pretty much bordered on alcohol poisoning. And that's, you know what? You just cannot put St. Patrick's Day on a Friday. Okay, you just should not be allowed to do that. Because you know what's going to happen. Then St. Patrick's Day becomes St. Patrick's weekend. So you just cannot do it. There was a part of me that thought, I could have fucking died. I probably shouldn't do that again, and I haven't. But it was a little wee bit scary, I'll tell you the truth. Now, with a lot of people, with the St. Patrick's Day being on a Sunday, a lot of places around here in Hollywood, the LA area, did their St. Patrick's Day celebrating on Saturday. And for instance, Rock and Riley's over on Sunset Boulevard, they did their thing. And we considered going for about a second or two. Excuse me. But it was like a $20 cover, and that didn't include drinks or food or anything else in there. And for a Hollywood crowd, that's actually pretty much the norm. But it was like going to a fair, basically. It's like, I paid my money to get my ticket. Now I go in there and get screwed. I just thought that for $20 a ticket, they should at least give me one drink ticket and like one ticket so I can get a hot dog. At least that much. Because I'm going to drink more. So give me a drink ticket. get me lubed up. Get me going. So that way, I'll happily part with my money. Just give me a little more bang for my buck. That's all I'm saying here. Let's see, lots of cops all over the LA area this past weekend. And actually, even through today, when I was walking the dog, I saw people getting pulled over. I was talking to my girlfriend on the phone. She was on her way to work, and she was seeing people getting pulled over. Same thing yesterday. Everywhere I went, cops just pulling people over left and right because they know that we're still fucked up. They fucking know it, So, like I said, just hopefully you didn't get caught, and even better yet, hopefully you didn't hurt anybody or hurt yourself, or destroy your car, wrap it around a pole. That's the hope I have for all of you. Before I get into the meat and potatoes of today's show, I want to let you guys know once again that I do have a new Facebook site that you can go to. It's up right now, and I'm going to be working on it more and more. It's called Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff. That is the name of my Facebook site. If you type in the words Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff, capital J on the Joe, capital S on the shirts, capital O on the off, and capital C on the cuff. Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff. You will find my newest Facebook page there. And I've already got a bunch of pictures on there, a couple of them that once you see them, you can never unsee them. Okay, it will burn into your mind and haunt your soul for the rest of your life. I know that's what my girlfriend says. Also, I've already put up a few short videos, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. That's what we did here, actually, St. Patrick's Day. We did some cooking. We made fried pickles, which were delicious, and we hung around the house and we shot videos and took pictures, so that you guys could enjoy out there. There's a few of them. There's me in my full regalia of Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff outfit. It's me. You got to see. I got one of my gold polyester shirts on with my gold rimmed glasses, look like Elvis, with a big rope gold chain and a gold pinky ring. All right, so you got to check that out. And there's a video that goes with it. I did one also in commemorating the Irish in clothing again, where I'm wearing my nice wool sweater, and just looking very wistful. And there's a video that goes with that. And one of the things you see on that video, once you see it, you cannot unsee it. So it's worth checking out. And I also did a third video where I was in full St. Patrick's Day outfit, with the hat and the green. And again, you gotta check that one out because just the pants alone are disturbing. But it was a gang of fun to do, and that's got pictures. It's got video to go with it. I did one more. This one was called the West Hollywood Rugby Team, and it's me in my outfit. The video on that one, for whatever reason, I was not able to get up. I'm really sad about that. But like I said, there are a couple of pictures there that you can scare children with, basically. So check those out, please. We had a good time doing them. My girlfriend helped me out. She's my producer for those segments. She was taking the pictures, checking the makeup, checking the angles, and taking the video. So, big mad props to the Russian for that one. Okay, now, what else has been going on? Well, one of today's topic, of course, crime, punishment, and Lindsay Lohan. Also coming up for you guys, because I talked about it last week, Justin Timberlake and Jimmy Fallon did another History of Rap. This is History of Rap 4, which I will be playing for you guys a little later, because I think it's just too much fucking fun. But that's kind of a little later, like I said. So what is going on these days? Well, we're talking about a little bit about Lindsay Lohan. Oh my God, it's hard to believe that this train wreck of a human being actually used to be like one of the cutest things on the planet. You'd see her in all these little movies, and she was just so darling. And then she just grew up to be this train wreck of a human being, just a complete nut job. And let's see what do we have here? Here we have a picture of her with her attorney. Lindsay Lohan and her attorney, Mark Heller, leave court after the actress pleaded no contest to misdemeanor charges related to a June 2012 car crash. The off-troubled star must spend 90 days in a rehab facility, undergo 18 months of therapy, and perform 30 days of community service. In case you're not familiar with that, that's one of the cases where she got into a car. I think it's one where she got into a car accident, and then before the cops could approach her car, she switched seats with the person that was with her. It just defies all logic how this young lady can still out in public, not just for that particular crime, but let's consider she was like on probation to begin with. Okay, we're talking about stuff going back to multiple drunk driving arrests, multiple shoplifting arrests. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you go out and have multiple DUIs and get busted for shoplifting and break your probation, you're going to prison, okay? That's what's going to happen to you. But not Lindsay Lohan. No. Lindsay never goes to jail. According to this, let's see, Lindsay Lohan avoided jail again when she pleaded no contest Monday to misdemeanor charges related to a June 2012 car crash in a last-minute deal that was sounded 90 days in rehab. The Mean Girls star. That's right. That's one of the movies that she was in. But of course, in that one, she ended up being a little bitch anyway. Let's see. In pleading no contest to the charges, Lohan admits that she violated her probation in a 2011 shoplifting case, and L.A. County Superior Court Judge James Dabney sentenced her to 180 days in jail. But that sentence was stayed. The judge said that if Lohan met the terms of this deal, she wouldn't serve additional time behind bars. Again, why are we letting her get away with this shit? I mean, seriously, I would love to party with Lindsay Lohan. I want to know what it's like to party with Lindsay Lohan. I want to know what it's like to party with somebody who Charlie Sheen reached out to help her. Okay? When Charlie Sheen is reaching out to you and offering you his help because he thinks you may have gone off the deep end, then you're really off the fucking deep end. Let's see here. Judge Dabney made one final suggestion to the actress before she left the courtroom. 2 words. Don't drive. Lohan was also ordered to pay restitution to the driver of the truck that Santa Monica prosecutors say she hit June 18th while on her way to the set of the cable TV movie Liz and Dick. That just screams Lindsay Lohan all over it, doesn't it? Also ordered to serve 5 days in jail as required by law for reckless driving, but prosecutors said this time would be served during her locked rehab sentence. So again, she's getting off. You're supposed to get a mandatory 5 days jail, but we'll let it be part of your rehab time. I'm like, good God. Well, God, I would just love to have this little girl over my lap just so I could spank her. Good God. And she is spankable. Okay, I'll let you know right now. She's got quite the set of knockers on her and a tight little ass, and I just want to... Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Let's see. Her lawyer, Mark Heller, says, in reference to representing Lindsay Lohan, said that his client was extremely gratified with the end results, and he is very confident that you won't be seeing Lindsay Lohan in any criminal courts anytime in the future. I'll put money against anybody out there that Lindsay ends up in a criminal courthouse before the end of this year. Without a doubt, before 2014 comes along, Lindsay Lohan will be in a criminal court, if not jail, before the end of the year. Let's see. Now, this is another way to know that you're not Lindsay Lohan. I'm not Lindsay Lohan. We're not famous and rich, because Lindsay Lohan was supposed to appear at her in court yesterday at 8:30. So what does she do? She goes to New York for the weekend. Now, most of us, we'd go, well, you know what? I'd really love to go to New York for the weekend, but, I got this court date on Monday. I really don't want to miss that. Could end up in jail. So what does Lindsay do? She goes to New York, gets on a plane to come back. The plane is delayed, so she has to be let off the plane, and she is. And Mr. Pink's, I think, energy drink that is sponsoring her, she's like their spokeswoman, agreed to fly her from New York to Los Angeles on a private jet. That's a $50,000 bill right there, by the way, to make sure that she got to court. She got to court all right, almost an hour late. Now, for most of you, if you show up an hour late to your court date for where you're facing, all these charges for breaking your probation, yet another DUI, hitting, destroying property, endangering others, you go to jail. You don't get to show up an hour late and say, sorry, my private jet was late. You don't get to do that. You get to go to jail and get rammed in the butt on a regular basis. Let's see, Monday's court appearance was the most recent for Lohan, who has been on probation for various drunk driving and shoplifting charges since 2007, and accumulated what the judge described as a voluminous court file. My God. It's just incredible. And see, crime, punishment, and Lindsay Lohan. Those three things don't go together. Two of them do. Crime and Lindsay Lohan do. But not so much the punishment part, apparently. Oh, my God. What else is going on? Well, there's a lot of to-do going on here. Actually, when it comes to daily variety, you may be familiar with Variety if you live here in Los Angeles. If you're not familiar with it, then you probably don't live here in Los Angeles or New York. Variety is a trade magazine, where people, get it every day and read about what's going on in the business, show business, where, it's all about music and movies and television, who's doing what, who picked up what deal, whose agent is this, and all that kind of thing. Well, today is the last day that there will be a print copy of the Daily Variety. And a bunch of trees go, whoo! I used to read Daily Variety back when I was trying to be a stand-up comic and sort of an actor in this town, and I found it to be one of the most useless pieces of shit I'd ever seen in my life, so I don't even know why people bothered. But for those of you who do love their Daily Variety, it will be available for free online. You can check that out. Okay. Now here's another example of people that fuck up and yet not only just get away with it, but they get rewarded for it. I'm talking, of course, about Tom Horton, chairman of the merged American Airlines and U.S. Airways. I find it really hold on. I find it really interesting in that we're talking about here about a guy who drove American Airlines into bankruptcy under his tenure. While he was the boss, he took one of the biggest, oldest airlines in the world and ran it straight into the ground. So much, in fact, that they had to merge, I believe, with U.S. Air in order to stay afloat. U.S. Air is going to be taking over them. And for fucking up like this, they're giving him almost $20 million as part of his severance package. Wow. Wouldn't you just love that? Where you get to fuck up, ruin a business, you get fired, but you get $20 million for it. Oh my God. Going back a little more entertainment news. ABC's got a brand new show coming out tonight. It's called Splash, where celebrities go diving off a high board. That's literally it right there. Celebrities get together. They're going to be singers, dancers, comedians, sports figures, facing their fear of heights and water by jumping off a board, which kind of makes sense. I honestly don't know who's watching this exactly, but among the stars slated for this, I believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Louis Anderson. I want you to think about that. 59-year-old, 400-plus pound Louis Anderson jumping off a 5-meter board or whatever into water. I'm like, I'll catch the snippets of it. I can't imagine wanting to watch the entire fucking show. Good news for those of you who love Carl's Jr.'s. Carl's Jr.'s is not going with health food. They've thought about it. They've talked about it. They've seen the trend going on among the fast food markets, and they've decided, fuck that pussy crap. We're going to keep selling burgers like motherfucker, okay? So much, in fact, that their Western bacon cheeseburger, which has got, according to them, 740 calories a piece, outsells their barbecue chicken sandwich, which has only 390 calories. It outsells it by 20-1. Okay? So, good for you, Carls. Fuck this whole health kick bullshit. I'm sick and tired of hearing about it. I'm sick and tired of going into every restaurant and then telling me what the calories are in my meal. I don't want to hear about it anymore, okay? I just want to be able to eat my fucking burger and, feel guilty about it on my own later in private. I don't need you to do it for me. On that note, we are going to take a little break. Before, the opening song we heard today was Dirty Love by You I Need. And this next song is by The Juice to Make It Happen. It's called Count My Sins. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff, and I'll be right back.
When my life is done, and I count my sins, I'll be standing on a cloud, yelling loud, having doubts, shouting, please just let me in. And when the judgment comes, the wise men, they say, pack your bags and your soul, headed south to a party in a much, much warmer place. So I light up a smoke, trying hard to cope, living day to day. Party hard, now I'm scarred, travel far, always dipping in and out of the fast lane. Yeah. You drink too much, blazing trees like wildfire. And now I'm standing on the edge, both sides of the fence, and the life that I'm living got me so tired. Life is done, and I count my sins. I'll be standing on a cloud, yelling loud, having doubts, shouting, please just let me in. And when the judgment comes, the wise men, they say, pack your bags and your soul, headed south to a party in a much, much warmer place.
That's right.
Be a good man, 'Cause my
Welcome
father,
back.
he said-
I'm Joe the Shirt, and I'm off the cuff. All right. That was Count My Sins by the band The Juice to Make It Happen. Right on. What else is going on in the news these days, huh? We're talking about crime and punishment, and of course, Lindsay Lohan. And you are not Lindsay Lohan. Let's see here. A boy held on pot possession. That's not usually big news, but the boy in question was 12 years old from Orange County. Let's see here. He's been arrested on suspicion of taking a pot brownie to his elementary school and making 7 students sick. Okay, so what happened was this kid came into school on Tuesday with a brownie that he split up between 7 other kids, and they allegedly got sick. The students who ate the brownie were briefly hospitalized Tuesday before released to their parents. Why didn't you just, get them some potato chips or take them to Carl's Jr., for God's sakes? They would have been fine. I mean, Jesus Christ, one fucking brownie, 7 kids? What a bunch of pussies. Now, when the student returned to school Thursday, administrators questioned him and found a small bag of marijuana in his backpack. Administrators confiscated the drug and notified the directors. Scott said the boy was arrested at home Thursday on misdemeanor possession of marijuana on campus. He has been released to his parents. Well, there you go. See, that's what happens when you leave your stash around, parents. You gotta be careful. Fucking kids always taking my weed. The way kids do and think of things is really changing in our society. As believe it or not, given a choice between a new Toyota Corolla or the latest iPhone, a 16-year-old Allison Katz of Irvine says, that's easy one. She'll take the phone. That's right. Less and less kids are wanting to get cars. This is a very common trait in places like New York City, where I grew up. You don't need a car. You don't want a car. It's a hassle. It's a pain in the ass. Parking is ridiculous. I mean, I remember it was like 15 years ago visiting a buddy of mine who was paying $500 a month to park his car. That's 15 years ago. He was paying more to take care of his car than I was paying for my apartment back then. According to the recent study, nearly half of 16-year-olds have had a driver's license 30 years ago, compared to only about 28% these days. Things have really changed. As of 2010, only about 28% of 16-year-olds are willing to get their driver's license, compared to 1983, where it was 46%. Now, obviously, as the kids get older, the likelihood of them getting their driver's license and getting a car goes up because, become adult. You can't ride your iPhone to work. But between 16 and 19, really not up until 19, not even 70%. Only about 70% of kids get a license. So there you go. I think part of the problem there is one of the reasons that you wanted to get a car when you were a kid was so that you could go hang out with your friends. Now, you've got, a phone and a Twitter account. You don't need to go anywhere. Your friends are there. You on your phone, on your iPod, on your computer, on your tablet. You don't need to go see your friends. You can hang out with them wherever you happen to be. It just happens to have you only use an electronic device, and you are set, my friends. Oh my God, what else have I got today? Here's something I haven't done in quite the while. An Ask Amy. I haven't done an Ask Amy in a long, long time. This is where I read an advice column by Amy and see what she's got to say to the person that writes to her. Let's go through this, all right? Dear Amy, my wife left me. I still live near her family. Her 19-year-old niece started helping me out when I had my young sons on the weekend. We started having sex. I didn't seduce her. It just happened. I love it when people say that. I really do. Okay, maybe you didn't seduce her. But don't give me this bullshit like, it just happened. If if my girlfriend comes home and I happen to be fucking a 19-year-old, at no point is she ever going to believe that it just happened. Oh, baby, I don't know what was happening. She was checking a mole on her thigh. I was walking through the living room naked. I had an erection. I tripped. I fell. And I just plunged right into her. No. Anyway, There is a 14-year age difference between us. Nice. My ex-wife figured out what was going on and teased me at first, then said that she was happy that I was with her niece. Maybe my ex and I are being too civilized. We were never at all that passionate, which led to my ex finding someone else. Her niece and I have been very passionate, but I wonder if it's the dark taboo side that is the basis of the attraction. Now she wants to move in with me. Her mom took her to Victoria's Secret to celebrate. I want an objective opinion. Are we nuts? Signed, Worried. Okay. For my money, are you nuts to be fucking a woman that's 14 years old, younger than you are? A 19-year-old at that? No, I'd have no problems with that. Been there, done that. And I have no problems with the fact that it's your ex-wife's niece. You know what? You were in a passionless marriage. Obviously, you weren't getting any pussy. She wasn't getting any cock. Why the hell would you want to be with her anyway? Fine. The fact that it's her niece, you know what? Not your problem. Honestly, it's not your problem at all. I draw the line, though, at letting her move in. I think that's a little stupid. You don't want that. That's a bit much. I would really just, you know what? You're getting a 19-year-old piece of ass. You just got out of a marriage. You're recently divorced. You know what? Sure, keep tapping that, but go out there and tap something else as well. Explore, find something new, date outside your immediate family. You know what I'm saying? What did Amy have to write? There are children involved in your tawdry tale. Tawdry. She says tawdry. Every choice you make should be for their benefit. Wrong. What you mustn't do is involve them in what is potentially a messy situation. When this relationship cools, and it will, you will face the prospect of alienating your kid's extended family. I knew my ex-wife's extended family, and fuck them. I didn't like them when we were married together, and I don't like them now. Hell, I went to my ex-wife's mother's funeral while we were still together, and I didn't like the bitch when she was alive. Why the fuck would I want to see her when she was dead? And she was cremated, so then they were like passing out, portions of the ashes to sprinkle around this area that she found wonderful and beautiful. And they offered me some ash. I was like, no, thank you. I'm going to go over here and have a Coke. As for the kids, I do agree that you don't want to get overly involved with this chick. Like I said, she is a relative. And that will come into play on some levels, which is why I said, just keep tapping the ass for a little while until you find something else, till things, cool down. And, keep, and she's right. On that one, I will agree. Try to keep the kids out of it. It's hard to do so. And if you move in with her, there's no way the kids are going to be left out of it. So, something to consider. What else have we got here? All right. More crime and punishment. Oh, my God. Apparently, a group of 20 LA gang members have been arrested on accusations of extortion. What makes this interesting is that the people that they were extorting from were food truck vendors. That's right. At least 20 reputed members of one of Los Angeles' most notorious gangs have been indicted in connection with a violent extortion racket that targeted food truck operators in Hollywood area for at least 5 years, according to the state grand jury records unsealed on Monday. The 20 defendants, including 4 women, named in the indictments, returned January 20th, are allegedly tied to Mara Salvatrucha, or MS-13. Pretty big gang here. Let's see. They're being held on bail ranging from $2 million to more than $3 million each. At least 5 other individuals are under indictment and under investigation. The victims of the alleged organized shakedowns were not the popular four-wheeled foodie cuisine served, but those serving blue-collar workers at construction sites, according to several law enforcement sources. Now, I've seen these. They're really big food trucks that are capable of feeding like a couple hundred people at one time. I've seen these things. Family members of some of the defendants decried what they described as heavy-handed tactics by police, including handcuffing relatives rousted out of their homes in the early morning and placing children in some of the custody of Los Angeles County Children and Family Services. They said that they were unaware that their loved ones were involved in any gang activity. Really? What are the odds? What are the odds that you don't know that your cousin Jorge with the teardrop tattoos and the jailhouse tattoos up and down his back and chest, you didn't know he was involved in a gang? Really? Apparently, according to court records, that was when a defendant identified as Marlon Juarez ordered food truck operators Danny Lara to start paying rent money to MS-13 if he wanted to operate his business in the gang's territory near Western Avenue and Santa Monica Boulevard. Let's see. In addition to the rent of about $30 to $50 each week, gang members also demanded free food. My God, what's happening to our street gangs these days? That they are, going down to like shaking down food trucks. What's next? Hot dog vendors? I was a hot dog vendor, and I got to tell you, shaking me down would not have produced anything more than a hot dog and maybe some sauerkraut. Oh, my God. And on that note, we are going to take another break. Let's see, with our next song, also by the group, the Jancy Parnick Casino. This song is called Fucked in the City of Love. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff, and I'll be right back.
Downtown Paris, nighttime living high. I ran into this girl, that got me magnetized. Brown eyes, soft lips, honey-colored hair. I went to a motel room, like lovers without care. In a room, a shadow looms, somebody's getting I'm done, and I'm gone, mighty gone, walked in the city of love, walked in the city of love, walked in the city of love, oh yeah. I wake up naked, my head feels twice its size. Gotta steal somebody's clothes and catch her in quick flight. I don't skid row out of my last eye. Escape Paris bomb for a little jug of wine.
All right, and we are back once again. Joe the Shirt's off the cuff. I always love how I do that. I always say we're back. Like I said, I have this team of people here, producers and directors and copy editors, and everybody's just here doing my bidding because I'm drunk with power, or just drunk usually, but you know what I mean. Speaking of drunk, some interesting news for the state of California. There's a new bill being proposed that would extend last call for alcohol in the state of California. Now, for those of you who don't live in California, it is illegal for bars to serve alcohol past 2 a.m. I know, right? It's crazy. When I first got out here, I was like, what the are you shitting me? You're fucking with me. That's a joke, right? Because coming from New York, where last call is 4 in the morning, it's just closing 2 hours early. Are you shitting me? I haven't got my drunk on yet. And then the bars that I would go to, last call for alcohol 4 a.m. All that meant was that they closed the front doors, they locked it, and then the bartenders kept serving us. All right, that's what that meant. All right, you got a bar filled with over 100 people that are drinking. You don't want to close. But here in LA, it's a very different story. They're very uptight about it. Matter of fact, I used to work at a bar whose name I'm not going to mention because they suck as human beings now. Oh, they fired me. But my boss at the time was really uptight about the whole 2 a.m. on the dot. I don't want to see a single drink in anybody's hands. That was his rule, And he was really strict about it, unless of course it happened to be a celebrity. Okay, and then I got in trouble for that because he told me, it's like, Joe, it's 2 o'clock. I want I want every drink out of everybody's hands right now. And I'm like, okay. And so I went and I collected drinks, and I collected drinks for this one guy, and he was giving me this very incredulous look. Like, really? You want me to give up my... Yeah, I'm sorry. The boss said it's 2 a.m. It's state law. I have to take it away from you. Turns out that was Lars Olaf from Metallica. And when my boss found out about these, he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Joe, you let the celebrities keep their drinks? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Wasn't sure of all the fucking rules here. Oh. I think celebrities really do get away with way too much shit. But anyway, going back to this, let's see. How do they put it here? It says here that Los Angeles is at a disadvantage when it comes to competing with cities like New York or Las Vegas and Miami, for tourists who want a lively nightclub scene because of a California law that cuts off alcohol sales at 2 a.m. Let's see, the new legislation would allow destination cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego to start conversations about the possibility of expanding the nightlife. Currently, the state allows sales of alcohol from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. So really, it's just a 4-hour window where you can't get something to drink in this town, which really isn't that bad. But I think you can all agree, those of you who've lived in towns where, like where I come from, New York, where you're used to being able to be out till 4 in the morning, being cut off at 2 just sounds like a bitch. Apparently, all of the top 10 venues in cities that have extended hours, like Las Vegas, New York, and Miami. These guys are making money hand over fist because those extra 2 hours means a lot of extra money. Let's see. Los Angeles County Sheriff Lee Baca, according to spokesman Steve Whitmore, people, he said, quote, don't need to have 2 more hours for drinking. Yes, we do. In response to that, a lot of people don't want to stop drinking at 2 a.m. No, I don't. And then you become the bad guy by enforcing the curfew. Well, yeah. Of course, there's going to be the people that complain that, that means it's going to be a lot noisier at night and not going to be able to sleep. You're going to have a lot more drunks out there driving and all that. Yada, 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 yada. Once again, I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, wait a minute, is Joe going to have enough time to play the history of rap 4 for us? No, okay, I'll get to it. Don't worry. We'll get there. A lot of rape in the news, and not the happy fungo topic that I normally like to go with, but occasionally I try to get a little more serious. In India, police have arrested 5 in an alleged gang rape case. Gang rape, very popular these days. From New Delhi, police said they arrested 5 men Sunday in connection with a gang rape of a Swiss woman who was attacked in central India while on a cycling vacation with her husband. The couple told police that the woman had been raped by 7 or 8 men, but that it was dark and they could not be sure to be exact. The husband was beaten. The woman, 39, was treated Saturday at a hospital in the nearby city of Gwalior and was released later that day. Now, this attack comes 3 months after the fatal gang rape of a woman aboard a New Delhi bus, which outraged Indians and spurred the government to pass stronger laws. Many sexual crimes go unreported because of the stigma attached to them, and India's conviction rate for rapes and other crimes against women are among the lowest in the world. Really, the only way you can get lower conviction rates for rape and crimes against women than India is you have to go to someplace like Afghanistan or Iraq or Iran. That's it, man. Because in those places, I mean, some of these places literally have laws where they tell you that if a woman accuses a man of rape, she needs to have 5 male witnesses to the rape. Okay? And my opinion on that is, you know what? If you have 5 male witnesses to the rape, they were probably in on it. Oh, my God. And, of course, we have that whole story that what happened in Ohio with those 2 teenagers. They were found guilty of, what's it called? Juvenile dereliction or something along those lines. Yeah, because they're not adults, they're not being tried as adults. They were tried in a juvenile court. That's a big case. I talked a lot about that in one of last week's episodes called "Getting Raped in the Media." which is still up. You can still find that on Facebook or on Spreaker.com under Joe the Shirts Off the Cuff. Really, I want to talk about this more, but not today because I'm running out of time on the quick side. Even with the new format, all that extra time, still not enough time to talk about everything I want to talk about. But I will be addressing that one on the next show because, like I said earlier, not as cut and dry as you'd like to think. But, hold on here. But as promised, I'm going to bring you the Jimmy Fallon, Justin Timberlake song, History of Rap 4. Thank you for listening. I'm Joe the Shirt, and I've been off the cuff.
Joe, we've done the history of rap together.
That's true.
No.
That's true. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. We've done a history of rap three times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't.
We couldn't. We shouldn't. We wouldn't.
Never gets old for me.
Okay. But this is the last time.
Until the next time we do
Until the next time we do this.
Tonto, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Keep it stopping, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it.
Bass.
Vision keeps a passion going through my mind. And all the while I think of you.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court.
Just like I'm the king of the microphone, so is Dr. J and Moses Malone. Fat boys. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, one time it's tricky. How we say it's tricky, tricky, tricky. No sleep till Brooklyn, the USA. They call me out enough and out MCA. I'm like a limit to a line to a limit. A simple death band with all the power with it.
Going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali.
I don't think so. Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, when laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they ought to good. The little boy who was misled by another little boy, this is what he said. I'm so horny, I'm so horny, I'm so horny. Love you long time. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Start a shotgun, hand on the pump, left hand on the 40. Pump my shotgun. La 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 la.
All I wanna do is my zoom and a boom boom.
Just shake you up.
All I wanna do is my zoom and a boom boom.
Just shake you up.
Don't know how you do the voodoo that you do so well. It's a spell, hell makes me wanna shoot, baby.
So much drama in the LBC, trying to hard being suit the old Juggle G, but I somehow, some way keep coming up with funky ass stuff like every single day. Rolling down the street, smoking in down, sipping on gin and juice, laid back.
With my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Yo. I got you all in check.
Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes the words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. Just sort of broken, you're so big.
Hello!
Get your freak on, 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 get your freak on.
H to the is O, B to the is A.
But shizzle mine is
diesel used to dribble down a V8. Yeah. H to the Izzo, B to the Izzy. That's the anthem, get your damn hands up. If you wanna go and take a ride with me with three, willing in the four with the Goldie. So why do I live this way? Hey, must be the money. I don't know what you heard about me, but a rich can't get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perms, you can't see that I'm a mother, P-I-M-P. They see me rolling, they hate it, patrolling, they tryna catch me riding dirty, tryna catch me riding dirty, tryna catch me riding dirty.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Tryna catch me riding